Fallon. Congressman, good to see you, and thank you so much for taking the time here. You see stories like this of a 7-year-old girl or others coming across this border and how they get there. It's quite graphic and telling. And there's not a lot of federal response, if any. The Texas governor, Greg Abbott, had to get behind the Texas DPS to get this under control, if at all. He's been allowing buses to send migrants, so if they choose, to various parts of the country, specifically to D.C. And I wanted to play this for you to get your reaction. This is Mayor Muriel Bowser of D.C. responding to Abbott's orders of busing. Here's that.
We have for sure called on the federal government to work across state lines to prevent people from really being tricked into getting on buses.
So your comment there on her saying that they're tricked to get on buses, but also to her interview, she goes on to talk about how their shelters are overworked and they're essentially overrun. Now they need federal help. Your thoughts?
Well, Sean, they're being tricked to leave their home countries in the first place. We're a nation that's already experiencing deficit spending. We don't have the resources. And I find it very ironic and quite frankly offensive that these liberals are all for an open border until it hits their backyard, just like Mayor Bowser. I think that we should also, the Governor Abbott, the next time I talk to him, I'm going to recommend that he also send buses to Nancy Pelosi's home in San Francisco, to Joe Biden's summer home in Delaware, and also to Chuck Schumer's house, because maybe then they can see what's happening here in Texas. I mean, Sean, we've had 4 months in a row now of over 200,000 illegal migrants crossing the border on Joe Biden's watch. And he incidentally has been in office now 533 days, and he's never even visited the border. But on his watch, we've had about 3.2 million illegal border crossings, 700,000 known gotaways, 3.9 million. That's more than a majority of the United States as far as each individual state. And it's an open and porous border, and something needs to be done because Joe Biden has got it's a gross dereliction of duty what he has done on the border.
I'll move topics to President Biden. He's back in Washington after his Middle East trip. CNN writing this: Biden has a narrowing window for political wins ahead of November. Biden, though, says he's prepared to take executive action to address climate change after Manchin torpedoed another effort to pass new clean energy spending, tax hikes on wealthy, as Manchin cited inflation. Your thoughts on this, the president's visit to the Middle East? What do you think got done? What's next for this president as midterms are looming a little more than 100 days away?
Well, Sean, clearly nothing got done. I mean, when I talked to former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, he said that when we were energy independent, that gave him more flexibility when negotiating nearly everything with foreign governments, because we had what they needed and wanted. And now Joe Biden has declared war on the American energy sector, and he's going over to dictatorships like Saudi Arabia. And his solution for solving the oil embargo that we're going to place on Russia is not to produce more here, but go to mini Putins like Venezuela and Iran and Saudi Arabia. It makes absolutely no sense, but he's consistent. He always puts America last.
Oil prices, talking about that, are rising today, I think right around $100 a gallon of crude. There was a talk that the president, here you see it right here from The Guardian on your screen. There was talk that the president would talk with Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince, to increase output. But it was already reported that the Saudis would defer to OPEC for this. Again, not for Saudi Arabia to do it unilaterally there. There's that fist bump moment. But at this point, what could have gotten done if the president was unable to get more oil? What was accomplished?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. You know what Joe Biden should do is forget about what he said on the campaign trail in 2020 to get the Democratic nomination, because he said repeatedly, and now it's kind of an inconvenient truth, as Al Gore would say. It's an inconvenient truth that Joe Biden promised to declare war on the American energy sector, and he has done it. What we should do, we can control our own production here. He should open up more leases on, grant the leases, he hasn't done it in a year and a half, on federal lands and waters, and stop dragging their feet on liquefied natural gas exports, and then literally get off their backs, stop with the regulation, and open up we have plenty of oil, we have plenty of natural gas here. We just have to let them really essentially do their job.
That is Republican Congressman from Texas, Pat Fallon. Out of time with you, but Congressman, always good to see you, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Sean. God bless.
It. Time now for a look at other stories we're following. Here is Christina Thompson.
It's time.